The town of Badami, formerly known as Vattapi, was the regal capital of the Badami Chalukyas from the year 540 to 757 AD. It is mainly famous for its rock-cut structural temples and the beautiful location around the Agastya temple. The places to explore here are the Badami caves, Bhutnath temple, Shivalaya temples, Badami fort and Agastya Tirtha Sarovar. The very first cave in the Badami temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva. It is famous for the sculptures of Lord Shiva and Shiva's Tandav in Nataraja dancing style. This temple dates back to the 5th century and was built by the Chalukyan king Pulkesin I. There is also a sculpture of Lord Ganesha and Nandi besides the Shiva's Tandav sculpture. The cave also has a carved sculpture of the goddess Lakshmi and Parvati to the left of Shiva. Besides these, there are sculptures of Lord Ganesha, Lord Kartikeya, Lord Vishnu, Dharmadev and Harihar. It also consists of the Ardhanarishwara sculpture depicting the union of Shiva and Parvati. The ceiling of the cave consists of Nagaraja, the king of snakes in a coiled form. Cave 2 has an interesting sculpture of Vamana with his foot on earth. Another important sculpture is of Lord Vishnu in the form of Varaha, where he is shown rescuing Bhudevi from the depths of the ocean. The story of Lord Krishna's birth and youth is beautifully carved here. The ceiling of the cave consists of 16 fish spokes, which is amazing to watch. The sculptures of Cave 2, just like Cave 1, are of the northern Deccan style of the 6th and 7th century. These are similar to those found in the Ellora caves in Maharashtra. Cave 3 is mainly focused on Lord Vishnu and is one of the largest caves among all the caves of Badami. Statues of Vishnu seated on a serpent is the masterpiece. The paintings on the ceiling and the pillar carvings are beautiful, however some of these are faded, broken and unclear. These are among the earliest known surviving evidences of fresco painting in Indian art. The wedding of Shiva and Parvati with other gods attending the function can be seen in this cave. At one end of the palaster is a sculpture of Vamana shown with 8 arms holding various types of weapons. Cave 4 shows carvings of Mahavir on the pillars and walls in various sizes, which are a must-watch. This cave also consists of idol of Bahubali, Yakshas, Yakshis and Padmavati. Small idols of Mahavir carved on the pillars can be seen in this cave. After Badami Caves, let's now head towards the next beautiful location, which is the Bhutnath Temple. The temple complex is believed to be built in the 5th century. These temples are dedicated to Lord Shiva. It is situated on the bank of the lake Agastya and is on the opposite side of the Badami Caves. The temple is covered with the water body from 3 sides, which makes it priceless. This is one of the best places to see in Badami after the Badami Caves. Behind the main temple, there are 2 more temples with excellent carvings. There are carvings of Hindu gods on the rock wall leading towards this temple. These are carved in a single rock and have images of Lord Vishnu, Lord Ganesha, Varaha avatar of Lord Vishnu, Narsimha avatar of Lord Vishnu, a Shivlingam and Nandi. One of the temple contains a sculpture of Lord Ranganatha, who is shown in a resting form like Lord Vishnu. The other temple at the end of the complex is under a huge rock and one has to crawl to enter in the temple. There are less carvings here, but it is an amazing experience. The Badami Fort lies towards the west of the Bhutnath Temple, atop a cliff right opposite the Badami Cave temples. The entrance to this temple is right through the Badami Museum. It is a steep climb with many viewpoints and is dotted with little shrines. The Badami Fort was the residence of the Chalukyan rulers. The fort was plundered and destroyed by the Pallavas in 642 AD. Much later, when Badami came under the rule of Tipu Sultan, the walls of the fort were rebuilt and several structures were added. The Badami Fort was built in the Chalukyan style of architecture. The fort is surrounded by double fortification walls. The structures within the fort offer a glimpse of the architectural grandeur prevalent during the Chalukyan rule. The entrance of the fort is guarded by a statue of Nandi. There are 2 Shivalaya temples known as Upper and Lower Shivalaya. The Lower Shivalaya was raised for Lord Ganesha and is relatively small yet very beautiful. The carving on this temple is beautiful and is intact than the Upper Shivalaya. Temple area offers a beautiful view of the Badami village. There is a 16th century cannon which looks down upon the township. The Upper Shivalaya is situated at the top of the hill and is much bigger than the Lower Shivalaya. From here, the view of Badami village, the cave temples and the lake is incredible. The outer walls of the temple create a rectangular structure containing a sanctuary with passageway on 3 sides. It opens into a columned mandapa on the east. This mandapa is missing all its internal columns. On the south face, the episodes of Ramayana are pictured. The panels on the west face depict the birth and childhood of Lord Krishna. The climb down from here is a narrow path between 2 cliffs. This route leads to a small plateau. There are 2 ruined structures that look like a 2-storied mandapa. They are the part of the fort or a temple. The view of the Shivalayas from this place is interesting. From here, let's continue the journey towards Pattadkal and Aaihole. Pattadkal is around 20 to 22 kilometers from Badami. The major attraction here is the Pattadkal temple complex, consisting of 9 temples built in different time periods with different architectural styles. Architectural styles used in Pattadkal are Dravidian, North Indian Nagara style, Chalukyan art, and fusion of Dravidian and North Indian style. At Pattadkal, the Chalukya kings were crowned. The largest of all the temples in Pattadkal is the Virupaksha temple. It was built by Queen Lokamhadevi in 745 AD to honor her husband's victory over the Pallavas. This temple has a shrine, an inner passage, pillared Navranga, and triple entrances from the north, east, and the south porches. Carvings on the temple walls and on the Pradakshina path are masterpieces. The Kailashnath temple at Ellora was built based on the model of the Virupaksha temple. The Sangameshwara temple is an oldest temple in Pattadkal and was built by the king Vijayaditya. This temple was built in the Dravidian style. Galaganath temple was built in the Rekha Nagara architectural style. The temple consists a sculpture of Lord Shiva killing the demon Andhakasura. Other temples of Pattadkal complex include Kashi Vishwanath temple, Kadasiddheshwara temple, Jambulingeshwara temple, and Papanath temple. Aaihole is 11 to 12 kilometers from Pattadkal. It was earlier known as Aryapura, which was the first capital of the Chalukyas before shifting it to Badami. The name Aaihole came from the words Aya, hole, which means the city of scholars in Sanskrit. The main attraction from Aaihole is the Durga temple, which resembles the Indian Parliament building. The architecture of the temple is of Dravidian style and is built in between 7th and 8th century by the Chalukyas. The Lad Khan temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva. It consists of a shrine with 2 mandapas in front of it. Built in the 5th century, this temple was built in a Panchayatna style. A scale map of Aaihole is seen in the museum inside the Aaihole temple complex. It gives an idea as to how big it was in that era. The other prominent temples of Aaihole are Surya Narayana temple, Trimbakeshwara temple, Gauda temple, Jyotirlinga temple, Huchimalli temple, Megutti Jain temple on a hillock, Kontigudi group of temples, Rachi Gudi, Gaudara Gudi, Huchapaya Gudi temple, and many more. In all, there are about 125 temples in this place, some big, some small, and most of them in old and ruined condition.